I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet, and I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something, if I get my hands on you, I promise you, you gonna know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
Yes. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome. We are talking Heart and Hustle season finale today on this beautiful Sunday. We just came from behind the wall, honey. And this conversation is right on time because we talked about girl code, what it means to be a girl's girl, and sisterhood. So listen, thank you for pulling up today. We're going to slice and dice this thing because I've been catching up. I'm here. I enjoyed the season. If you enjoyed Heart and Hustle, this is a new show, #1 show on what is the Oprah Winfrey Network. Drop it in the chat if you've really enjoyed yourself, enjoying this season. And not, you know what? Who's your favorite? Who is your favorite? That's what I want to know. Thank you, Twitter, for pulling up. I know Twitter's probably like, what show is this? It doesn't matter. Just let's get into the conversation because I want to call out a couple of things. I want to talk about friendship. I want to talk about what your expectations are when you are in a friendship with a person and maybe you're going through a divorce. How is a friend supposed to show up? I want to talk about love. I want to talk about being a step parent because all of that happened, right? All of that happened. And I kind of feel like the producer of this show did a really good job of honing in on their real life. Y'all, this was such a breath of fresh air. And I like how he didn't immediately go to the drama, but we're leading up to it, okay? We're leading up to it. And I think if they do renew for a couple of more seasons, I think this show is going to blow everybody out the water. That's just my personal opinion. And that's what I believe. Crystal Brown said her favorite is Chloe. Shadell likes Labrina. Alf MC likes Ro. April likes Labrina. Labrina's coming in hot. Darlene likes Muneera. Okay, Darlene likes Muneera. Y'all may want to get out because I'm going to get on Muneera today. Gen X with the flex is liking Ro. Marsha said she hopes they get another season. So do I, because I believe it's something there. Now, who do you feel like? Okay, Mayor of YouTube likes Alaina. Antoinette likes Labrina. We got Alaina coming through from Bella 508. We got Labrina. No, Carlos is not the executive producer of this show at all. The executive producer, hold on, of Heart, hold on, and Hustle. I think his name starts with a J. His name is, hold on. What's his name, y'all? What's that man's name? I don't know. I know it, but I don't want to be wrong. What's the man's name? Let me see if y'all put it in the chat. You threw me off with that one. No, but it's not Carlos. All right. Yeah, they already going in. They already talking about what Chloe needs to do. Jesse Collins. I was right. It started with a J. I was going to say Justin. Thank you to Latrice. Jesse, you're doing a really good job. That tells me, Jesse, that you're a great storyteller. You're a really good storyteller, and you know how to pull the story together so that it still complements the entire group. But you know how to extract their stories individually so that they are their own unique selves and then pull them right into the group and then align each of who they are with the different dynamics that are going on. I think he's brilliant. I would like to see more of this from Jesse. I just think so far you're off to a great start as it relates to making it make sense and being a really, really good storyteller. What do y'all think? Now, I want to ask you a different question, a more of an antagonizing question. I want to be an antagonistic here. So we know who your favorites are. Who are your least favorite? Who do you not care for on this show? Let me hit a break right here in the chat so I can know. Who's your least favorite? Your least favorite, or who you feel like is not being authentic and genuine. Let's go. Oh, Miss Edith, you didn't even give it no time. She said Chloe. Oh, Miss Edith says she doesn't feel like Chloe is as authentic and right. Okay, April says Alaina. Oh, Chloe, they coming for you. They said, okay, Toot Latrice says Chloe. Crystal says Muneera. Now you got to go with the least favorite. Yes, Chloe is at the left. This is Chloe. I think I still have their photos up. That's Chloe right here. That's Chloe. This is Labrina. That's Latoya. That's Muneera. That's Alaina. That's Ro. You know what I noticed? None of you said that Latoya was your favorite. I didn't get not one Latoya. Okay, let's continue. Chloe is your least favorite. Alaina is your least favorite. Okay. Muneera. We got a lot of Muneeras. Least favorite. Okay. We got Alaina, Latoya, but we're going with least favorite, y'all. I know we want to say the right thing. Who is the least favorite? Got Chloe, Alaina, Chloe. Queen. Okay, I got you. Okay, we got Chloe, Muneera. Okay, Latoya. Okay, good. Thank y'all. Thank you. So we're gonna get into it. I want to start off with Labrina. This is Labrina. For those of you that may not be as familiar with everybody and you're still trying to familiarize yourself with the different personalities and looks, this is Labrina. Labrina is the cowgirl, and I don't even want to call her that. She's the spa owner, and she's the one that has like this love and affection for just being out, kind of like not necessarily in the city, in the metropolitan area, but she and her husband bought like this 5-acre property. Okay. They have animals, they have land. She owns a spa. She has really allowed us to come into her life by way of her dynamics with her father, her dynamics with her mother, her as an individual. She got pregnant at a young age as a teenager, and her mom, they kicked her out. Okay. They kicked her out the house. She talked about how her business, when she first started off, she was struggling in the spa industry, and she housed her spa in the hood. She used to be a beautician, right? And being a beautician, what do y'all call them now? Stylist, beautician? I say beautician, but what do y'all call them? But that was her bread and butter. When she decided she wanted to completely revamp her career and go into like the self-care spa industry, and she started from the bottom, now she's here. She said it wasn't always as smooth and sophisticated as it is today, right? And also being a single mom, as she as her son began to grow, and then she met her NFL now husband, there was some problems where her son was wanting to go live with his father. And she did not deny him that, right? I want to get into that because Labrina and her husband Will, first of all, her son is as cute as a button. Is he not a handsome little boy? That little boy is drop dead good, gorgeous. I love it. I love the fact that you didn't keep him from his father because you are his mother. A lot of women would be like, nope, that's my son. You stand here. I'm the primary parent. She didn't do that. She let him go. They split the time down the middle. But the problem, she said, is when his grades started to fall. And I said, that's fair. That's fair. She's like, you can go over there. But if you think I'm going to be okay as your mom with your grades starting to fall, you got another thing coming. Okay. So then they showed a clip of Labrina in the car with her son, and they were just kind of talking and having mother-son time. I have two concerns, Labrina, and I'm going to bring them up in a second. And she's just kind of addressing that with the teenager, right? Listen, here are my expectations. Here's what I expect. Then they have another scene with Labrina and her husband. She's bringing him up to speed on her son. Then the son comes out and he's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And her husband, Will, starts to say, I understand being a stepfather that I can never, I'm paraphrasing, replace your dad. Your dad, you're supposed to feel that way about your dad because that is your father. I like the fact that you affirmed him in that moment, Will. And I felt like that was great. Make y'all please make it feel normal for your kids to want their primary parent. Don't be trying to throw in their face how good you've been, how much you've given. You've been the best you can be. It's okay for your child to yearn and want that other parent and access to that other parent. We should not make them feel any kind of way about that, period. And if you don't know when the proper time to host that conversation, we're going to do the numbers game. I'll give you something that I heard before. Let me see if I can put it in the chat. So, Queen Shiba, when is the right time to have that conversation? I'm going to tell you. And then 18 plus. Let me put it in there. You're going to be, and I know some of y'all are going to disagree with what I'm saying, but I'm going to put it in the chat. Give me a chance to prove myself before you disagree. Okay, y'all, some of y'all that's been with me, you already know what I'm about to put in the chat. All right. Well, when do you have that conversation? Here's a template that you can use. I heard a wise man say this. Between ages 0 to 13, you want to parent the child. You want to parent them. Your problems should not be their problems. How you feel about their father or their mom, should not. They are a child. Is it 0 through 15? 13 to 18, you want to coach the child. Think about a sports game. They're out there on the field. They're running the play. You're assisting as the coach. You're saying, this is what I think is best, but I'm not out there playing. It's your job to run the ball. It's your job to find the holes. And then 18 and up, you want to be a friend. And some of y'all are saying, well, I ain't going to never be my child's friend. I ain't going to never be a coach. And that's the problem sometimes. You're parenting when you should be coaching or being a friend. I think he's about 18. Labrina did a really good job of coaching when she said, here's the thing. I let you go there as the assistant coach, as the mama coach. But my expectations are you run the ball and you keep your damn grades up, period. Will did a great job as a coach. The only thing that I wish Will hadn't done in that conversation is where you shared how you felt about putting money aside for his college fund. I don't think he's ready for that yet. He already stated that he felt like he was a burden to you and his mom. He got very emotional about that. I think that's where you have to check yourself as an adult and realize this is a coaching phase and not a friend phase where you can go too deep with those kids and really tell them how you feel. Other than that, I thought it was a beautiful conversation. I think he's fragile. I can't remember his first name, the little boy, the teenager. I think he's fragile. Labrina, I don't think therapy would be a bad idea just to kind of get them up to speed. I don't like when kids look unhappy. And I didn't really see him smile a lot. So he may not be sure of who he is in your new, I'm not going to say your relationship is real new, but sometimes it takes kids a while, right? It may be new to him. He's still trying to find his ground and his footing, and they call him Pop. Okay. So Will, don't tell Pop about what now I'm second guessing putting money aside. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. That cannot be his problem. He already feels like he was a burden. He couldn't express himself. He felt like he was already in trouble. And now you're putting that in front of him. I would say hold off on that. Maybe later on when he's older and he's successful and he's able to earn for himself, then you can say that. Other than that, great job. Miss Edith said, I didn't like that either. His nickname is Pop. Yes, he seems a little heavy. Labrina, he seems like he's carrying a lot. He's carrying a lot. That's what I'm getting. So I don't think therapy would be a bad idea. And I think you may want to get him a woman therapist so he can start to get a little bit more comfortable opening up with women so that he can be more open with you as his mom. That's my thing. I like Labrina. She's smart. You can tell she's a businesswoman. She knows when to get in there on the conversations with the dynamics of the group. She knows when to pull out. She listens very well. She's honest. She's up front. She's very serious, though. I think Labrina has a serious personality, and the reason why I can see that is because I have a serious personality. I would like to see her come out of that a little bit and enjoy herself and let her hair down a little bit. So, Will, in order for her to be able to be that, you're going to have to take a load off for her. I don't know what that means in your house. You're going to have to sit back and watch and observe your wife so that you can see her laugh and have a little bit more fun on camera. That's it. On camera. Lady J says, I agree with therapy for Pop and them as a family. I would say Pop needs his own therapy, not a family therapist. I think that's going to be a lot for him to have to do that much talking as a young man, because he didn't talk that much. He just listened. He listened. And also, Will, when you went in to hug him, I wish you would have hugged him. I wish you would have held him maybe 1 or 2 more seconds longer. That's it. That's all. But Labrina did a good job with that. Okay. Desira said, and another point is every child is different, so you have to meet them where they are. That's true, but I think he needs a little bit more softness, right? A lot of times we can be busy parenting that we forget to kind of come in and backdoor it with a lot of love. You know what? That's a good point. Patricia says, I like that they had the therapist on the show. I have to agree with you. At first, I thought it was a horrible idea. Let me tell you why. I think it was 2 episodes ago when Latoya was like, we need a therapist. And I was like, girl, initially I was like, that's too much for a friend group. But it actually ended up working out. And it was a great idea. Excellent idea. They have 2 therapists on this show, 2 female therapists. And the second therapist, the one that Alaina and Ro is seeing, don't Ro look like her therapist? This is Ro. I'm finna play the therapy session. He does, Internet. She says Pop seems like he does seem like he's holding a lot of emotions inside. And that's why, Labrina, I say therapy, because what we don't want our young men to do is suppress at home and explode in life. Suppress at home and then explode when they get in. What is it called? Explode, yeah. You want him to get used to expressing himself, right, wrong, and or indifferent. We don't want him to learn in real time in relationships by getting his heart broke or breaking somebody else's heart. We don't want him to it's just a lot. I can go on and on and on. I think therapy would be a great introduction to helping him to build his confidence, because he's going back and forth between 2 homes. And recently Labrina said, okay, y'all, she came to Instagram and said that he's back home. Here's another thing. Let me say this. She said he's back home. I don't know how I feel with kids making those kind of decisions, going back and forth as they please. You get what I'm saying? Based on the moods that they're in. I don't know if that's good, depending on what grade he's in. But Desira said, hey, each child is different. But yeah, you're not going to be doing all that running back and forth, because that's not good for anybody. That's not good for anybody. Let's go to who do I want to talk about? I want to get on this one, Elena and Josh, and let me show a little bit of the therapy session. And because it's not my content, I'm just doing a live recap in real time about the difficulties of their marriage. Getting down to the real issue at heart. I'm going to give my live reaction in real time. I'm going to play a clip, okay? Here we go. Let me make sure y'all can see my screen. I think you can. Here we go.
It's not just years ago that I'm affected by. It's things that have happened up until this point.
I messed up.
Josh, and the reason why I'm pausing it, Josh was willing to go with the narrative of I cheated on her when we got engaged. And that's the only thing that's been a problem in this marriage. I don't like that. That's misleading to a therapist. And the only way therapy works is if you're willing to tell the truth. You were willing to conceal the true challenges of that marriage, to conceal it from the therapist who's actually there to help you. And had she not spoke up in that moment, nothing would have been fixed. That's scary. I don't like it. It's very unhealthy. Had she not told the truth, he would have sat there and gave the therapist the impression that the only mistake he's ever made was 15 years ago. What do y'all feel about that? I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. Yeah. I don't know if y'all looked at this therapy session the way I looked at it. Had she not told the truth, as a therapist, the therapist probably would have been looking at Alaina crazy, like, you still mad from 15 years ago? Watch this. Here we go.
Josh, what is the thing? Or the things?
So I have to pause it, y'all, because it's not my original material. And what she's asking him is, they ended the last episode when he was just saying there's some things. Oh yeah, it's not just that time I cheated on her before we got married. There was a few things. So the therapist is saying, name a thing.
I was making some investments that I felt like was going to change our lives. I didn't handle things correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, instead of talking through things, I tried to solve a problem on my own.
Hoo-wee. He said, I took it upon myself as the man of the house to make some investments. I didn't talk through it with my wife. I stepped out on faith with the money. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I stepped out on faith.
Josh and I are in the space because I trusted him with our finances, and he was in the stock market and he lost over hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was
Hundreds. Not 2,000, not 10, not 60,000, not 80. Hundreds of thousands of dollars that she brought into the household as the primary breadwinner. Child, let me pause. Hundreds. It is more. He cheated. But hundreds of thousands? A lot of couples, hundreds of thousands. Now you know how much. That's a lot. Let somebody take hundreds of thousands from you. Hold on.
doing these investments and losing money for a year before I even found out. It wasn't until I asked to purchase something new for the studio that he had to tell me, like,
Y'all, he stole money. So it is the money, CDW. You stole money out of the account. Hundreds and thousands. Didn't tell her. Wouldn't go tell her. And that's the same behavior that's similar to cheating. Deceit. Misleading. Not trustworthy as a partner. Bringing me back to the same place before I said I do. She didn't even know. She went to make a purchase. And not only that, watch this. She's the breadwinner. But I got to make you feel like a man. So I got to let you handle the money. Because you need to be in the Southern tradition. A man is what? The head of the household. Let me be a man. That's the problem with y'all today. You modern women. You won't let a man be a man. You get what I'm saying? It's okay for her to be modern and go out there and earn and earn hundreds and thousands, but move over. I got it. Let me do it now. Let me play with it now. It's stealing. It's stealing. I get what you're saying, Trina. By technicality, it's our money. I get what you're saying. But he was wrong for that. He was deceptive. He lied by not telling her. When you withhold information, that's a liar. It's the same character traits as cheating. It's being untruthful. Because if it's not stealing, why not tell me? Newbie Me says, I'm a CPA. My husband did the same thing. He stopped giving me the statements. I knew something was up and complained, then divorced him. He was stealing and lost all of the money. It wasn't his. He wasn't earning it. It was hers. But I get it. They're married. Complete betrayal. Not once, not twice, but consistently throughout the marriage. According to her. That's a lot. Let's continue.
We don't have anything to pull from. I had to sell my home. I had to figure out how I'm going to build my savings back up. And I couldn't believe all of this was going. Why?
He made them lose their home, y'all. You cheated on me before we got married. I was silly enough, Alaina, to accept it. For God, now, Alaina, that's a you problem. We're going to come to that too. And then you continue to waste my fucking time in this marriage. We lost our home because of you. We lost our home because of you. And y'all said that ain't a problem. That's very risky behavior. Very, very risky behavior.
I feel like it's taking you so long to say that.
I'm embarrassed for, one, not keeping my eye on everything. I'm embarrassed for fully trusting someone. I am embarrassed for staying when I knew that this was too hurtful for me to stick around for.
So Josh.
She's embarrassed because she pretended to be or have the perfect marriage like most women do, especially Southern belles. That's why she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed because she has one of the most successful makeup corporations, organizations in Houston. It takes months to get in with this girl. She's a celebrity makeup artist. They are very good at what they do. And when I say it takes months, not even her, with you trying to book with her, with you trying to book with anyone that has a chair in her studio. You have to do a consultation. She's famous. She works hard. She's extremely good at what she does. She's embarrassed because nobody would have ever guessed that your husband was taking hundreds and thousands of dollars from you, from your account, that your husband will let you go out there like that and break your back and work like that for you to get behind him and pretend that he's the man of the house when really it's you bringing in all the income. And he out here doing what he want, playing Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders, hungry hippo with that money and lost y'all, your family home.
You broke what we would call the covenant of marriage. You made a solo decision, not a marital decision, but it was covered with a marital. Like, I'm doing this for us.
In that moment.
That's manipulation. That's manipulation. You weaponize your title as a husband or us as a family, us as a couple to make a single man move with her money. That's manipulation. You gaslit her so she wouldn't talk back. So she would stay in her submissive place. I'm trying to do this for the family. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all always talking about y'all want a man, and when a man try to be the man, damn. Am I wrong?
I felt small.
Mm-hmm.
I felt small. And so I tried to do what was I felt at that moment was going to change our lives.
We weren't in a bad space financially.
Right.
To even feel the need to do that.
So tell me what you believe motivated that decision.
He came into the marriage feeling small. Do y'all hear? Y'all better listen. The man said, I felt small. He came into the marriage feeling small. And the symbolism of that is he cheated on her before he married her after asking her to be his wife. I feel small, but I'm going to ask you to be my wife. And then I'm going to backdoor it and I'm going to embarrass you and I'm going to cheat on you. And I'm going to break your solid foundation, whatever stability you think or thought you had, whatever upbringing, and I'm going to cheat on you right before we get married. I'm going to condition you to deal with this smallness. I'm going to condition you to deal with this fucking disrespect. Whatever I got going on in my head, welcome. And she did it. And then it's not going to stop, girl. Because I'm going to take this money and I'm going to do what I want to do because I feel small. I need to feel like a man. And I tried cheating on you. I tried sleeping around. That didn't make me feel good. You know what? Let me get some of your money. Maybe that'll make me feel better. If I can take your money and go invest in the stock market. Oh, I lost 100,000. Let me reinvest another because I just know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. Wait a minute. Let me try another. Now we're at 300,000, 400,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars, she said. You know what? Fuck it. Let me just put the house on the line. Oh, damn. I ain't going to tell you. And then she goes to make a purchase. And because I feel small, I'm going to let you get out there like an idiot and make a fool of yourself trying to make a big purchase, knowing that I took that money and did something with it.
I don't want to say it. I feel like at that time.
No, tell me what you believe. It's okay.
Okay. At that time, I feel like I was the breadwinner.
Mhm.
And I think that he just wanted to be that breadwinner in that moment.
Okay.
And that's how I felt.
I do have an issue with the breadwinner comment.
Then you shouldn't have married her. You knew what it was when you pulled up. You knew she was successful. You knew she was about that life. You knew she was a go-getter. You cannot have a problem with reality and the truth. The truth is she was the breadwinner. Period. You asked her to marry you.
Only because there are other segments of the business that I was heavily involved in. And so the business made a lot of money. And so when COVID happened and the
She's looking at him like he's not telling the truth.
business shut down, I got scared because I'm like, if this is what we both put our time and effort into for all these years.
He's not telling the truth. Look how she's looking. She's saying that's the story we've gone with in these Houston streets, that what you do as a photographer, what you do is successful, just as lucrative of what I'm doing. That's the lie we've told. That's our cover up. That's our beard to our very unhealthy marriage, the dynamics financially that we have, because you are uncomfortable with the word breadwinner. So yeah, I got to go on with that story. But in therapy, her facial expressions, her body language is giving it away, because in order for us to repair this marriage, my nigga, you got to tell the truth. And you still lying to this therapist.
And as a man at that point, only thing I was doing was a makeup brand. I wasn't doing anything else.
What is clear is that you were dealing with a man who was feeling insecure with his position in the house. Not because you made him feel that way, not because you invalidated him in that way, but there was something in him. He had his own expectations of himself, and he probably didn't feel like he was meeting them. The unfortunate part, though, is its impact on you. And
he didn't give a damn. Josh, you didn't give a damn.
That's the part. So
yes.
if you see that, if you know that,
Mhm.
and you've seen me work as hard as I did,
Mhm.
why would you do the one thing that's going to hurt me? This has been a win.
She's angry with him. Like my dad said, there's a song. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Human nature is to look out for yourself. Most of us, to be honest with you, all of us. Our natural instinct is to take care of ourselves first, even if it's at your, what is it? Even if it's at your expense. Josh, I feel like you were going through that marriage. Well, I'm going to get to this. I'm going to get to that. Don't get ahead of yourself, Queen Shiba. Okay.
Weight on me that has been heavy, that has been affecting me. It changed me. I'm not going to be as trusting moving forward, including Josh. And it's sad. I feel like it's a good girl turned cold.
He broke his wife. Have you ever gone out and made a new purchase, a new car, television, iPhone, AirPods, air fryer, pool, whatever, only to bring it home and break it? That's two kinds of crazy. That's two kind of crazies. You broke your wife. The word says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and he is blessed. Why would you break your wife on purpose? No different than buying yourself a fucking gift and bringing it home and slamming it and breaking it and expecting it to operate the same. Picking up the phone, calling customer service to troubleshoot and say, my iPhone that I just bought don't work. Sir, what happened to it? I slammed it on the ground. This call has been disconnected. Y'all, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm covering the show. This call has been disconnected. You give me mayor, YouTube.
I see you for where you are currently. I do. And I know why you are there. I want this. I want you. And I understand if you can't. I get it.
That man don't want that marriage. That marriage is a prison to him, on top of whatever's going on in his head. It's a double whammy. He's saying it because he's supposed to say it. When a man wants a marriage, it ain't going to be if you do. I want this. Tell me what I need. It ain't, listen. That man don't want that marriage, and neither does she. That's why her chest is beating like that. She don't want it, and neither does he. He feels trapped. Whatever he's going through, that marriage represents, it intensifies him feeling small. She's become his enemy. His gift has become his enemy. He stole, he cheated. A woman cannot make a man feel like a man, which is why they tell you as women, wait a minute, pick these men that we procreate with. First of all, get a commitment out of them first. And become his wife first. Because you being a single mom, watch this. A woman can't raise a little boy into a man, right? Just like a woman can't make a man feel like a man in a relationship. That's your job, to come here, complete, wholesome, and healthy. You take care of you, and I take care of me, and then we take care of each other. But I can't make you feel like a man, just like I can't make you feel less than a man. If you don't feel like a man, it's because your insecurities, and a man can't make a woman feel like a woman. That's your job. He's going through the motions. He been going through the motions. He showed that the day he cheated on her before he married her. That marriage is a security blanket. You've woken up in the middle of the night because you got hot. You felt suffocated. You've thrown the blanket to the side only to pull it back over you when you needed a little bit of comfort and felt exposed. That's all that marriage is. It's a security blanket. Josh ain't got no life in his eyes. Simply as a man. I'll play it. I'll play it. And he damn sure ain't got no life in his eyes as a husband. I'm going to turn off the sound just to play it. He's disconnected and she's broken. He's disconnected and she's broken. He broke her on purpose. For whatever reason. Let's continue.
Just a part of me doesn't know if I have the capacity to keep going.
You're hurt.
Yeah. I just wanted just that trust to be rebuilt. I wanted just to feel safe and secure in my marriage again. It's nice that he is bringing this up and taking accountability, but I don't know, it's just hard to move past those big hurts.
And what she got from the marriage, I mean, I'm going to be brutally honest because that's what we do over here. To be honest, the way Josh is struggling, and I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but for 15 years, all she got was a good piece of D every now and then. Empty on the inside, no deep emotional connection. Because when you have a deep emotional connection, he should have backed off the first time he lost 100,000. He should have came to her. His heart shouldn't have been able to take that and sit on that and do that over and over and over and over and over again. That's a repeated bad decision that says disconnect. Every time you go in that banking account, he wasn't taking tens and thousands. She said hundreds of thousands. You said hold on, a good photography. Let me go back up to the top. Hundreds of thousands. That girl was working her ass off, making it look like what the reality that she was pretending to have was not the actual reality in the house. That's crazy. Oh, me too, Desira. Desira say, I feel like it's way more than what's being said. Me too. No emotional connection. That's scary. When a man can spend that kind of money or a woman can spend that kind of money and don't fucking blink. Thank you, Sherry. He was fine draining her dry. That's a lack. That's a deep disconnect. Forget the cheating. You lost the freaking marital home. And she had to go back out and rebuild the savings. That's scary. And you let her. There's something else going on with that money. But let me see if there's anything else I want to.
Josh, what's happening?
She's cold. Look how she's looking at him. When I say she's broke, you heard her. She said, good girl, gone bad, like Rihanna. Baby, you are my best friend. You know, I got to check into rehab because, baby, you're my disease. If you look at the lyrics of the song, there's not love in her look. There's no love in that gaze. She wants out. And I told y'all before, some women use reality television to get a divorce, to build their self-confidence, to tell their story, to gain new friendships, new money, and be like, okay, now I'm out. I'm out. That's it. That's all. She's over him. That's not a lovely look from a husband to a wife. She's done. Whatever's happened, it's done. It's a wrap.
I feel like I let myself down and I let my family down. So it's like a double whammy for me. And I'm trying. I promise you I'm trying.
Did he console her when she was crying? I don't believe so. But we're going to get over this and we're going to go on to the next one.
Okay.
All right. I want to go to the part where we can slide into Muneera. I want to shift to Muneera. We've talked about Labrina. We touched on Alaina. I want to say this too. If you remember the last episode, Alaina and her mom had a talk on the sofa. And Alaina was kind of challenging her mom towards the end of the visit. You don't come over here, you're not really connected. Her mom said, yes, I do. She said, no, you don't. Just say you don't want to. A therapist told me one time, she said, we all marry one of our parents. Not literally, but their personalities, their traits. I believe Alaina married her mother when she married Josh. And let me explain. There's similarities between mom and Josh. Alaina is dying to be deeply connected to both of them. But her mom planted the seed and laid the foundation of we don't talk about what's going on in this house. Her mom went through a loveless, lifeless marriage for a number of years until she could not take it. She didn't talk about it. She taught her daughters how to pretend. Mom pretended, all of that. And Southern Belles are real reserved. They're vaults. You're not digging up no secrets. You ain't getting And that's why the producer asked Alaina, what took you so long to say that your husband stole hundreds and thousands of dollars? She said, I was embarrassed. That's not the kind of stuff you talk about. That's not how I was raised, girl. It took a lot for me to say that. I'm proud that Alaina challenged her mama and that she challenged Josh, even though she thought it was embarrassing. That's when you start to challenge and break up generational behaviors. I don't even want to call it a curse. That's when you start to break up generational behaviors. You get what I'm saying? Mama was shocked that Alaina was giving a little pushback on that sofa, but I believe Alaina married her mother. I do. You know who I want to go to? Real quick. Well, let me say this. It hit me that I believe coming on this show, Alaina may have known she was done with Josh. It hit me while I was watching this episode. She probably knew she was going to file for divorce. And this was her way of branching out, maybe to start a new beginning in the making. And it sounds like she put him in a different bedroom maybe a month or two before the show actually started to film. And then I said, oh, that's why she put him in a different bedroom. And that's why she separated the businesses and moved out of that location. Hey, we listen. We don't judge. And then while I was watching it, I said, oh, okay. I'm starting to get it now, Alaina. I'm starting to get it. This was a setup. This was the exit strategy. Aid, thank you, Aid. Aid said, yes, I agree. She was done with him. She was done. But this show, see, sometimes women don't feel confident just leaving on their own. Girl, I need a wild card. I need a upper. And this show was an upper. I need support. I got these girls. I'm going to start talking about it on camera. That's going to build. I'm going to flex my muscles to be able to walk up out that door. I wonder why he didn't want to go to couples therapy. That was kind of mean. Why did you not want to go to couples therapy and go to your own when you know you stole hundreds and thousands of dollars? Why are you playing like that? That part I'm still trying to figure out. Y'all feel free to drop it in the chat. Why are you dragging this out? Let me go by myself first before I come and help you heal from what I've done. And now I can maybe understand why she said this has been a constant cycle. You keep putting me on the back burner. You keep putting my healing on hold. Was that a trap? Is that a way to trap somebody? If a woman or a man refuses to acknowledge the hurt and the pain that they've done and say, well, let me go work on myself first, and then I'm going to be back. And maybe I'll go to couples therapy with you. Desir said, because it's way more, it's something to this story. Yeah, I have to agree. Now, Latoya Luckett met with, I thought that was beautiful strategy. But I don't know if I would be listening to Latoya Luckett. She doesn't have the best picker. She's been married like 3 times. Okay. So I don't know if I would let her give me, or if I would take her relationship advice. But she did say, ask the hard questions. That was good. But Latoya, come on now. You up in here with me. We both struggling, sis. But I get it. I get it. Because Latoya, look it. I'm glad you pushed her as a friend to put some pressure on him to do couples therapy. He didn't want to do it, y'all. He did not want to do it. I want to talk about, I'm going to come back to Alaina and Muneera. I want to go to Chloe real quick, and this is Chloe. And actually, I'm talking about, with Chloe, I'm going to highlight her having, that's Alaina. Let me go to Chloe. I like Chloe. I think she's good for the show. I know some of y'all don't care. I think she's good for the show. I know I think she knows when to get in there and say, okay, let's shake it up a little bit. We're a little bit too heavy. Now, Chloe started to lose me when she let that young nigga tell her what she could and could not be doing with her son. And I think she felt that. Wait a minute. This don't feel right. And she came back and doubled down on her son. Yes. Yes, finally. Because, girl, I was looking at you sideways. Chloe's a lot, but she's a good lot. Chloe's an event planner. She has to be a lot, considering. To say that's when she lost my respect. Well, she almost lost it from me because I was like, I know, listen. But I think she went home and thought about it. And I think she marinated in it and she came back. And she apologized to her son. She sat her son down. She listened to him because I ain't like the way you clowned your son. I did not. That made me real uncomfortable. But I kind of feel like you was coming off the heat of that young nigga who got you riled up, he's jealous of your dynamic with your son because some of these young niggas be coming through the door and they ain't got that kind of relationship with their moms. So he was trying to disconnect the cord way too soon. That ain't his job. Your son has been through some devastating real life events, losing his stepfather, being raised by his grandmother, stepping in, loving his little sisters. How dare this 27-year-old coming into my, don't do nothing else for him. Boy, if you don't sit your young ass down somewhere, your job is to make me feel good. You here for a good time, not a long time. That's it. Don't talk about my kids. And I think Chloe knew that wasn't right. She came back and girl, I thought that was so beautiful. I'm for real. You did that. And I hope you stand on that. But Nico is suffering. He looks just like her too. He seems like a really nice boy. He seems like he's a really nice young man. I'm going to come back to the suffering. I want to tell you the good stuff. I feel like he's an excellent listener. Your son, to be so young in his 20s, when you were talking, he listened to you. He didn't interrupt you. That's a great quality. That's an excellent trait in a man, a young man, especially at such an early age. Did y'all catch that? Chloe, those are beautiful interpersonal skills, okay? So he's a great listener. He's a great caretaker of his little sisters. He's going to make a great father should he choose to have kids. He's deeply emotionally connected. You don't find that often. So don't let no young nigga come up in your house because he's sleeping with you and try to corrupt your family dynamic. The young nigga probably don't even know he toxic. He just doing and saying what he think he should be doing and saying because he a man and he have a penis. Don't even know what he talking about. Just talking. You got a good kid, Chloe. Compliment him. Jordan is jealous. He has no reason to be speaking on Nico. That's jealousy. He's speaking on your son like your son just the average nigga from the streets. Don't listen to Jordan. And he probably didn't have a good relationship with his mom, which is why he believes that your son should have been cut off because ain't nobody ever had his back. Sir, you cannot come up in my house trying to dictate my household. But Chloe, that's on you because you opened up the door by probably pillow talking with a young nigga about your son when there's a small age difference. Don't do that. Nico is suffering because his entire life was your life. He had to clone his life to fit your life. I don't even think he had his life. And that's why you kind of feel like at 20 something, he jumping in the rap game late. Well, now he's just now having a chance to find out who he is. And you probably feel like, well, go get a job. You 20 something. Hold up, Chloe, pump your damn brakes now. Because his little young life was your life. So you're going to have to show some grace. And you're going to have to give him time to catch up. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. I loved how your public apology was just as loud as your public disrespect of your son. That's why I like Chloe. I like a person that can correct in real time. So you know what? I was wrong. I hope she put herself in his shoes emotionally. But guess who helped her do that? Labrina. That's, baby, when I tell you need to get you a group of bad motherfuckers around you. Labrina looked Chloe in her eyes and basically said, F. Josh, shit, don't you put no above your son. Chloe said, well, what do I do with him? She said, get rid of him. Shit, Josh ain't bringing no NFL money to the table. Girl, we talking about a young nigga with a pair of leather Converse. If you don't get rid of him, now it would be different if he's elevating your life in some way, but he's not. Labrina spoke. He had what? A pair of leather Converse. Labrina reminded Chloe of who the hell she was, and them the kind of girlfriends you need around you. For real, for real. And Chloe, guess what? This is how you could tell a person that's about that life. They don't need a lot of coaching. You remind them and they correct in real time. And that's what Chloe did. Chloe owned her misstep. I thought that was a powerful ass conversation between Chloe and Labrina. Chloe owned her misstep. And she went back in real time and made it right. And as long as people are trying, shoot. So thank you, Chloe. Now, too, that's how Chloe regained her position with me. But I'm going to tell you this. And y'all tell me if y'all think I'm wrong. Hold on, Anitra. Listen. Anitra say, hold on now. My husband just bought some leather Converse. Y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, I just be going on what's the top of my head. I go off what's on the top of my head in these reviews. Ain't nothing wrong with leather Converse, I swear. I love a good leather Converse. It's just what I, Anywho, what was I saying before Anitra made me laugh? Toot, I know what I was saying. Toot. So that's how Chloe won back her place with me. She regained my respect. Okay. Now let me say this. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all may agree or disagree. If you agree, say I agree. If you disagree, say disagree. Once Alaina gets healthy, it's gonna be a tough race to be the HBIC of this show. It's gonna come down between Alaina and Chloe. Once Alaina gets healthy. What y'all think? Agree or disagree? I feel like I'm for real. When the way Alaina put Muneera in her place, baby, twice. Patricia said she agreed. Mayor YouTube agreed. Linda agreed with me. When Alaina gets healthy and gets from under the leadership of Josh and starts to so that's why I think this is going to be a good show, because we're going to see another side of Alaina as she begins to heal from her divorce and then possibly get back out there and start dating and rebuild her confidence. She going to give Chloe a run for her money because Alaina got something up inside of her that's TV worthy. That's TV worthy. And she did what nobody else was willing to do. She checked the hell out of Muneera 2 times. Muneera is giving me Letitia Scott vibes, and I don't like it. Muneera is giving me Letitia Scott vibes. And she's positioning herself as if she's going to be off limits. Like she's off limits. No, I'm for real. Not like if you just kind of it's very subtle though. It's subtle. I think Muneera, you kind of coming off as a little snob. I think you have a quiet arrogance about yourself. And I feel like you picked a fight with Latoya. Second episode, and that was so unfair, and you caught her off guard because I think deep down inside Latoya wasn't trying to come for you and call and little girl you when she said cutesy, because she called herself cutesy in another scene at Chloe's house. She said, I look cutesy. So that's how I know she was not coming at you. And you were kind of misleading because you said every time I come around you, you refer to me as being a little girl. She said, no, it happened twice. And I apologize. See, if you look and you really listen to the conversation, Latoya owned her misstep with you. Although it was unintentional, she acknowledged that she did it, and she did it twice. And she apologized, and she said it would never happen again. You was trying to put 20 on 10, Muneera. And you said every time, which is a very polarized statement. That means every single time you've interacted with her, she's called you a little girl. And then that made me, and Latoya said, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true, but that's fine. That's not true. Then I started looking at you and I was like, actually, you look like a grown woman to me. You look like a full grown woman to me. Hold on. This is Muneera. Nope.
We say swirl, sniff, sip, and savor.
Swirl, sniff,
Sip.
Is that giving little girl? But let it continue to go.
And savor.
Four S's.
Yes.
I do notice Elena's energy is just a little bit low, which is typically not herself. I mean, she's not the most energetic person out there, but this is her.
You look like a woman. I wouldn't mistake you for a little girl. Now, you may be petite, but I wouldn't mistake you for a little girl. You may be shorter, not as tall as her, but you are very much giving grown woman, period. And Alaina clocked that a few episodes ago when Muneera said, I look young, and Alaina said, but you don't. She said, but you don't. I know I look like a little girl, but you don't. And that's when I was like, no, you actually look like a woman. Like, I wouldn't approach you and just like, that's it. And then I thought about it. I said, Muneera, you kind of tricky to me. And I don't want to go too hard on you, but you kind of tricky to me because you seem like one of them little girls back in your days that used to be able to get the other girls in trouble because you were pretty and had nice hair. And I actually think you may have a built-in bias against larger people like Latoya, and you made it an issue, and maybe you were triggered not because of the cutesy thing, but maybe girls that look like Latoya used to pick on you. So Latoya became, in my opinion, an easy target for you to put off something on her and make it seem like she was picking or trying to bully you. And that was not the case at all, at all. But I didn't want to get in there too early because I said, I'm going to give it time. I'm going to give it time. Come on, Queen Shiba. And I gave it time. And then you dissed Alaina back to back. You just dissed her in this confessional. Listen, y'all, let me rewind. Listen very carefully.
We say swirl, sniff, sip, and savor.
Swirl, sniff,
Sip. And savor.
Four S's.
Yes.
I do notice Elena's energy is just a little bit low, which is typically not herself. I mean, she's not the most energetic person out there, but this.
You calling out Alaina twice in 2 episodes, and you don't want to be called out. You say, I notice her energy is a little bit low. She's fighting for her life. She's fighting for her life. She's going through a divorce. Her husband stole money and probably God knows done what else. Probably cheating, has cheated. She's fighting for her life. She's going to be a little low. This is her first trip. She's trying to gather, what is it? Her bearings. She's trying to let her have a freaking moment if y'all are truly friends. I noticed she's not herself. You would think she would be happy. This is her first girl trip. Girl, the girl is going through something. You wasn't yourself when you said your husband and your mama weren't talking in the house. And then you told your husband you needed more time with him, only to come back and say, take my mama out on a date. I see you, Muneera. And I don't think Muneera would typically be in the room with these kind of women if she weren't filming with them. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to put a pin in that. But I like how Alaina checked her ass. Because you don't say that about a friend. And that's why I say it's giving Letitia Scott dark energy, dark vibe. Nobody else said it until you said it. But it sounds like she shared more with you than anybody else. And then at the table, that's why I said it's giving Letitia Scott. Because she's going through a tough moment like Melody Cherie was, and Letitia doubled down in that moment. Didn't even show no support, no empathy. And that's why I say it's giving Letitia Scott. You won't even let the girl have a weekend to heal, to sleep in. Like, she seemed like she down. Girl, look what she's up against. She going through a lot with that man. Just like Melody was. Let the lady have a moment. She stopped calling me. You remember when Melody, because I'm going through a divorce. Hell, what Melody said, I barely had any energy for myself. That's it. That's all. Let's get to the part where Alaina confronted her. Because Muneera made it very clear to Latoya, I'm a grown-ass woman. And Alaina addressed you like one. And you really couldn't say anything, Muneera, because that's how you said you wanted to be treated.
Transition into, believe it with all your heart.
Absolutely. Ro, you look so pretty today.
You
I like that
do.
purple on.
Muneera looked grown to me. Queen, none of these ladies know what Alaina is going through until now. Not the intricate details. And most women don't tell, hell, because they don't know. It's like Elena's finding out different stuff in real time, going through therapy, trying to navigate it, right? Yeah. Okay. Official Moonchild Media says, I'm going to stand on it. Alaina was too combative with Muneera. That made her my least. Too combative? Okay, that's fair. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Let's look at it together, y'all. Here we go.
Got me stressed out.
Feeling like $1 million all one. Only ready shake it, then we throw it. We ain't got no liquor left all done.
In love, you sleeping in separate rooms, baby.
A lot of times when you go through a lot, you can.
Yeah.
That's all that. Even if somebody's falling out of love, yeah, I do think there's something left to fight for. But if both people are on two separate pages, yes, it's going to be tough to come together and make it work.
Girl, what? You're not in love with him. That's why you're not wearing your ring. That's why y'all ain't had sex. It all makes sense now. Y'all not in love. You're sleeping in separate rooms, baby. It's time to let that go.
A lot of times when you go through a lot, you can.
One thing I like about this show is how they're holding each other accountable. Girl, you know you got problems in your marriage without doing the most, right? But also not letting them pretend like Letitia Scott and Kimmy gets to pretend like they're in these perfect marriages. I like that the fact that the women are kind of easing that out there. Hold up, you're on reality television. This is your real life. Don't get up here playing like y'all sleeping in rooms because y'all are so in love. You're about to renew your vows. No. But they're doing it with ease, but they're still holding each other accountable to show up and show their real lives. I like that. Give me 1 second.
Fall out of love with somebody.
Absolutely.
I gotta I got to get to the part of them in the kitchen.
You may not, but we just gonna keep it moving. And I think this is the true testament of friendship.
So I have a question. I want us to go around. What has been the most impactful part of this girl's trip?
Opening up is beautiful. And I truly believe in my heart of hearts, when you enter a friendship with people, my storm may not be your storm. But if I'm going through a storm, lend me your umbrella.
Yeah.
I know last.
What do y'all think about Latoya? I need her to break the seal a little bit. I know it's just season 1, but I need her to. I feel like in order for Latoya to keep herself in the arms of the fans, she's going to have to completely open up. Because I feel like it's something there. I'm just not sure what it is. What do y'all think? Do you feel like Latoya has the opportunity to grow and evolve on this show? Or do you feel like she's losing you all quickly? Okay. Okay. You think Latoya is Letitia Scott? In what way, Darlene? What way? I'm gonna wait while I pour me some champagne. Let's see. She's a good scene filler. So do you more like a head, what do y'all call it, a main cast or a friend of the show? T-Bat say, I love her. Okay, scene filler. Tell me, okay, elaborate. Yes, Sherry, she has a lot of sadness in her eyes. And I don't know if it's directly because of your dad, and I understand the grief part, but I think another portion is you want to be somewhere romantically in real time. And Latoya, I think, can we have that conversation, y'all? Latoya, but see, that's what I'm saying, Coffee. She walking with God. And that's the part that I don't like, because most women feel like they got to be down and low and sad to walk with God. You got people running from the church. Latoya, I need you to show that God has made an impact on your life. And I don't know why. Yeah. Be like, what church you go to? I don't want to go to that church. If they going to have me looking like that. Sad. I don't want to go to that church. Because I like to see, but a lot of times in different religious sectors, in order to really show that you have God, we talked about this on Queen and in the City. They ain't smiling. They ain't jokey, joke. They're not out there like that. It's like straight face, very serious, to prove that they are a woman of the cloth. You think she's still grieving? She may be. But she just don't light up at all. Latoya is business minded and wants love, but you gotta attract love. Don't no man want no sad woman. I want to see her date, but Latoya, you carry a heaviness about yourself. And oftentimes when we are heavy, y'all, come on now, we hide behind the church, or we hide behind community events, or empowering other women. But I can still feel it. And then when we do that, we don't have to work on ourselves because we're busy. And Lady J say, I would like to see more from her. I do think she wants love real bad. But ladies, if you want love, you have to be lovely. If you want love, you know what these men are looking for. Come on now. One way say she needs that thing in her life. Listen, that's a lady of the cloth now. That's a lady of the cloth. How dare you, One Way? Coffee Kelly says, amen, amen, Queen. You can't straddle the fence. Either way, you are or you're not. She's on the wrong show. Yeah. Well, she's going to have to decide how she wants to show up. And you're going to have to show up fully, but you're going to have to be yourself. You seem kind of heavy a little bit. I've been waiting, Latoya. Okay, Bron Sugar says she may do better next season. Okay. You know what? Darlene says she has a great business head. Does she? I don't know. We haven't really, all we saw was her do like this test opening. I ain't really see her do business. I haven't seen her with her clients. I haven't seen her show any aspects of her pipeline, her book of business, who she's working with, what celebrities, who was in the room, what do you do for them? I didn't see that. And I'm not saying that she don't. I'm just saying I didn't see it. I just feel like she's dealing with a lot, but she did not mention her mom. And I wonder if this impacts her relationships with women. And I don't know. I just didn't hear her. And she could have said it and they could have cut it off. But I also wonder if her tight relationship with her father has given her an unrealistic expectation of some of these men that's out here that we got to choose from. If you get what I'm saying. She's too pinned up for you, T.A. Co. And Latoya, if you're here in the bushes, don't take it personal. We just talking. She needs balance. I think she feels herself a work. I don't want to go too deep. I know y'all told me to, but I'm not today. I'm going to keep it light. Okay, they like you, Latoya, but they just want more. I think there's some insecurities there. She don't want an older man. She went on a date with an older man. She said he was too old. Man. Okay, I'm going to have to say it, though. Latoya, I don't know how old you are. Can somebody tell me how old she is? If you want them boys your age, you're going to have to get in shape. And I'm not body shaming. If you want them young niggas, you already know what you up against. You see Chloe 44, messing with a young nigga. Chloe had to get snatched. Y'all so silly. Click the link. She 35. All right, you already know what they looking for. That's all I'm saying. And that's not a slight to Latoya. So either you're going to have to take what Chloe sent on that blind date, or you going to have to. Why, Anitra? If you think about what these 35-year-old boys, men are wanting, look at these Instagram models. See, y'all quiet now. She do have old energy. Look, these young niggas, listen. And you not going to find them in a church house, Latoya. I know you over there looking, but some of them are the biggest hoes. You better ask some people in the choir. You're not going to find them in a church house. Look at Devin. What's that boy name? The man name that was married to Megan Good? Devin what? What's Devin's last name? Devon? Devon what? Devin. He don't even want a church girl. He out here picking up Instagram models. They freaks. Monica, thank you, because they act like they don't know what I'm talking. You know what? Let me click this damn link and let y'all come up here. They freaks. Devin Franklin. Devin Franklin. Pastor, good old pastor, went out and got the sexiest girl in Hollywood, Latoya. I'm just saying, don't let these church niggas fool you. They freaky. They like to talk about sex. You don't. So I want to make sure that you understand that your expectations may be unrealistic. And I know you think you're going to find them in a church house, but if you're not careful, you're going to be ambushed. You'll be like, wait a minute. I thought church boys, girl. Devin Franklin. Look what he's pulling. Look what he's wanting. He don't want no church girl. He went outside the church both times, and he's supposed to be the minister. Devin Freakland. Devin Freakland. I ain't lying. I'm going to tell y'all, thank you, Moonchild. Girl, don't let these men play with you in your face. I'm telling you that if you go to church and you come home and cook some hot water cornbread, greens, oxtail, and lima beans, that you're going to get a husband, they lying. And if you go to the women's men, they ain't looking for women in the church. They're not. Because if so, they would be married. The women in the church would be married. You think so? You think she's been hurt by a man really bad that she withdraws herself, Latoya? I hope not. It's something there though. But that's all I got, Latoya. What's hot? I don't know. I just heard him say it before. Hot water cornbread. I've never had it. But I heard somebody give Darius Cooks a review on his soul food restaurant in Bali. And she gave him, she said the only thing was good was the hot water cornbread. Whew, thank you, Lady J. She said there's not a lot of men in church. And hell, the pastor. You know what? I'm getting off topic. Let me continue.
Night it was mentioned with Alaina that she hadn't been herself, and there was either like a dark cloud or, you know, sometimes reaching out.
I didn't say dark cloud.
I did.
Why would you say dark cloud though?
You had a dark cloud over you.
No, I didn't.
I just want you to take this in and not be like on defense mode.
I'm not on defense mode,
Wait,
but
yes, you are.
Okay, do y'all see
No,
her
I'm not.
face? Just
I am
listen,
not on
once-
defense.
Alaina.
I would never, as
Listen,
your
it's
friend.
okay. It's okay. Go
No,
ahead.
as your friend, I would never say that there is a dark cloud around you. I would make sure you're good.
We have
that's
made
the
sure
difference.
You're good. So we haven't checked on you. We haven't made sure you're good.
She talking to you. See, watch how Muneera is threading and needing this conversation like dough. She's doing to Alaina in this particular segment right here what Toni Braxton did to Tamar. I haven't been good to you. She said, we haven't checked on you. She's talking to you because she's supposed to be closer to you than everybody else. And the way you introduced that conversation at dinner was your friend had a dark cloud around her when you know she going through hell with that man. Come on now. But let's continue.
I would
This
say
whole
no,
time?
not through the
Are
entire
you
process.
serious?
Not through the entire process.
Alaina,
Muneera.
are you-
No.
Because you weren't sharing it with us. We didn't know it first.
No,
You
I'm
were acting like
talking- no,
everything
I'm
was
talking to her,
good.
so-
Alaina, you even saying that I wasn't there for you. I didn't check on you. What?
Through the entire process, no. And I can honestly say that.
It's deeper than just this conversation. So to just say that and leave it at that, that's not accurate because it's more to it on both sides. We had a friendship where we talked on a regular basis when you were going through everything that you went through when your dad first passed. And we got to a point where I knew personal things about you. You know personal things about me. Is that true?
Right.
Okay. Alaina doesn't feel like I support her, but she's all.
No, she said, why would you say she has a dark cloud on her life? You manipulating the conversation. That's the only part that she needs you to clarify. She never said that you weren't supportive. You asked her, have I not been supportive? That's not her qualm with you. And here's the thing, when you argue with a skilled wordsmith like Muneera, she can take you down a rabbit hole. She can take you down a rabbit hole. And that's exactly what she's doing in this confessional. She still has not explained why she described her friend as having a dark cloud around her when she knows what she's dealing with Josh. And now she's going to bring the other girls into, we haven't checked. She's talking to you. You, nobody else. It has nothing to do with support. Why did you say that because I have a dark cloud on me? Divorce is dark. It's heavy. Why would you describe? I talk to you more than I talk to anybody else. And that's why I said, Muneera, I'm side-eyeing you. Because this is like, you did it to Latoya. Now I kind of watch you inching it. And if y'all understand how reality television works, this is season 1. Most of you are saying, no, just let them do it. And then before you know it, they become the monster in the room. You're like, shit, she started since season 1. Just like Letitia. Just like it was slow. That's all I'm saying. I'm watching you, Muneera. Here we go.
Also failing to tell the whole story. At the time, I was going through not 1, not 2, but 7 different deaths in my family in a short time period. And although she was going through the loss that she experienced, I'm human too. And we never talked about what I was going through.
It's giving Letitia Scott like a mofo. I was going through something and Melody wasn't there for me. I had just lost. I don't know. I'm watching. You didn't even acknowledge her. You made it about, I had 7 deaths, and that's probably true. And you know what a good friend says? Friend, shit, I'm going through too. Let me get off this phone. Miss Nell did the same thing. She said she left her mother's deathbed to be a friend to Melody. Exactly. I think she exaggerates 7 different deaths. Every time I see you, Latoya, every single time you call me a little girl, Latoya say, no, I didn't. I only misstepped with you 2 times, and I apologize. I'm watching Muneera, and I think, Muneera, when you were little, you got to exaggerate a lot because you were beautiful. Petite and small. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. But let's continue.
What you want is somebody to call you every single day and check on you every single day.
Muneera, you're not a good friend. What you want is, I like talking to my friends. Do y'all not like talking to y'all friends? Now you finna really out your friend and say she want to talk to me every day. Y'all supposed to, okay. Oh, now we going somewhere else. You better watch it when people start sneak dissing you. So the dark cloud wasn't even about the dinner or her and Josh. You judging her. That's why I call Muneera a snob. You're pretending to play nice, but deep down in your head, you think you're above the group. You're listening to her. You getting the tea. Be careful of those that want to check up on you just to get the tea. And then when you're done, you want to talk every day. That's what friends do, Muneera. Good friends. They gonna check in with you, Muneera. Let's continue.
I can't do that. I can't give that to you. I don't. But there were several times where I have done that. I have done what I could, and I have checked on you time and time again. I cannot take that much.
Muneera is making her out to be a cluster fuck. I can't give you that. I have to, like a nutcase. I can't give you that. I have things going on. I'm way better than this. She should have said that before. I get you, Simply Angela. You get what I'm saying? But you ain't never said that before in a friendship. Being in friendships with people that don't like you, Muneera is giving Letitia Scott 1,000% a more sophisticated version. She called her needy. You really don't want to be her friend. You should have said that shit before the tape started rolling, but let's go.
Negative energy over and over.
Negative? I don't think it was negative. I don't think what I gave you was negative energy. It's just simply.
Muneera was judging that girl when she's calling and say, I'm going through a breakup. My husband, I think he's been in. Muneera's getting off the phone feeling better about her marriage. Ooh, she negative. She got a lot of shit going on in her house. Norm would never take hundreds and thousands away from me. She has a lot of negativity all the while. Listening. And then thinking you better than. But picking up the phone to get the tea. I'm one of the biggest makeup celebrity artists in Houston, Texas. Get the tea, honey. Ooh, girl, her husband over there cheating on girl. Hey. Me too, Kia. Listen. Hey. But I ain't never got mad because a friend called me. Ever. Muneera, you doing the most. I don't think you who you say you is. I think you a mean girl in spirit.
Being transparent and telling you what I'm dealing with.
And we all tell each other what
the
you're
thing
dealing
is, I'm
with
always
or
going to check in. I'm always
we
going to
checked in, Alaina.
No. I'm gonna be honest and say
I'm
no.
be honest too.
Muneera keeps saying we. She's talking to you. We were not on the phone with you and her. Muneera is a professional manipulator, in my opinion. Now, I don't know her personally. I'm just talking about how they're rolling out her typecast on this show. Maybe she has friends that's going to say she's very supportive. She's not like that, and that's fine. But on this show, it's given professional manipulator. Period. I ain't never real friends. Oh, she called me. Child, they be happy. If anything, they're gonna get mad if they don't hear from you.
Ooh.
The thing is, I'm always going to check in. I'm always going to
check in, Alaina. I didn't want to deal with the energy that I was receiving.
What I'm dealing with is extremely hurtful.
Then you should have said that. And you didn't. And you harbored these ill feelings towards your quote unquote friend, Letitia Scott, Kimmy Scott. And now you're on a television show, airing her the fuck out about her business. Letitia Scott. That's why he got a matching BMW. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to hear about you going through a divorce. I don't want to hear about your husband. I'm better than that. Then say that. Say that. Yeah, she messy. Dry snitching. It seems like others may have been talking about. She low-key, she a snob. She's a snob. Official Queen, you may be hitting on something because I've seen these women who move like you. She's a snob. And I'm being nice. But you wrong as hell. This is twice you've ambushed somebody, Muneera. You took a shot at Latoya, who did not mean any harm towards you. Now you're taking a shot at your friend who simply calls you every day. Didn't even know she was pissing you off. You're easily offended. Thank you, Kia, all the while listening. Listening to that girl, you should have told her, I got a good therapist. You know what? Watch this, friend. I can't help you, but I'm going to help you find somebody. We're going to get this. We're going to do this. Then say that, Shadell. It's a lot of women that talk on the phone that have kids. Then say that. What kind of friend? That's what I'm saying. Shadell, you make good sense. Be like, all right, friend, I'm not going to be on this phone talking to you all day, girl. You know I got these kids. But Muneera has help. But, I'm not going to talk to you. Say it. Why y'all in relationships with women y'all don't like? That's the problem. Now Muneera on Mad Day is airing out her business. That's the real problem. Not talking every day. You started with a dark cloud. Now we've escalated to you talking every day. She's moving the goalpost. It started off, now I'm a dark cloud, but really it has nothing to do with this group. You've been feeling that way about me. And when I talk about the dark cloud, you've yet to address it. Now it goes from, she want to talk every day. I don't want to deal with her energy. Is that now you really unloading on me, bitch? I did not know you felt that way about me. I swear to God I didn't. And had I known, I wouldn't have picked up the phone to call you for nothing. I had no idea, friend. Wow. And that's why I think Alaina said in therapy, from this moment, I don't think I can trust a lot of people. That girl thought she was on the phone with a real friend. She thought she was on the phone with a real friend. No, when she said we, she's kind of she's trying to turn the room against Alaina by saying, we ain't never checked on you. I'm talking to you. Alaina was not addressing, watch this, Muneera. As a matter of fact, if we really think about it, Latoya just brought it up. Latoya brought it up about the dark cloud. Muneera jumps in to explain herself, and Alaina said, well, and Muneera keeps interrupting. And Muneera is going off right now. You ain't even got to say all that on national TV. Thank you, Becca. Deflected, no accountability. You say a narc? She nosy. And she's safe because she's beautiful. She's the right package. She probably knows how to do whatever. Like she told that husband, I need some time. Boom, you're going to take mama out too. Wait, hold on now. Let that be his idea. Yeah, come on, Muneera. You just manipulated the man. And then y'all talking about, you're not talking because you just ambushed him. Like you ambushed Latoya and you ambushed Alaina. I see you.
I thought that she would have a little bit more empathy, and that wasn't the case.
As a friend, I don't like those words of the dark
And
cloud.
I think what you're doing is taking certain words and hanging on to those words and not seeing the bigger picture.
But that's what was said.
The biggest part about this, you felt Muneera.
How about I'm sorry? I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I was in the moment. Now I see that wasn't my intention, but if that made you feel like a real life event as a divorce was, and me saying dark cloud tying into that, my apologies. She never said I'm sorry. She never apologized. It don't mean I agree that I did something intentionally. I want to apologize if I hurt your feelings. She never apologized to her friend at all. Thank you. When people want to argue semantics and not facts, and she actually just made it about her and completely annihilated Latoya's concern, because Latoya is the one that brought it to the forefront. Yeah, Muneera is with the shits.
Wasn't there for you. That's what ended up becoming a thing in this moment. Like I'm hearing the dark cloud, I'm hearing that's not the problem here. I think there's a level of expectation that she may have had.
But you can't have these levels of expectation.
And Muneera still won't say she's sorry. She still won't pause. She going toe to toe. Muneera has a feminine look, but she takes a masculine stance. And that may be because of her stature, and she feels like she's had to be defensive all her life, which she describes as suppressing. But you got to chill with that. Because this is not, I don't think, and if you're not careful, like I keep saying, Latoya brought it up, but you going ham on Alaina. Alaina didn't bring it up. Latoya just brought this up. And I'm thinking out loud. Oh, okay. I see you, Foxy. Why are you getting so defensive, Muneera? This is not supposed to be a combative like when women, we should be able to, okay, all right, well, I mean, I don't know. It ain't got to be that serious.
So
I
you
think
don't
you do.
extend the same thing.
I think I do.
But I don't think you do. Friendships are a two-way street. You're not the only person going through things. I'm not the only person.
I definitely don't.
Can
make
you
it seem
not
that
take
way.
offense to every single thing that I'm saying? Because I feel like every time I talk, you cut me off. No, I don't like that, because I can't even get my thoughts out without you like cutting me off in the middle of it. And then it's like you're dissecting everything that I'm saying word for word for word and not taking in what I'm trying to convey.
We can bring it down too.
Okay, but again, when I talk like that, it's because I'm getting irritated because you keep cutting me.
Don't nobody give a damn about you getting irritated. You're escalating. You never apologized. And you get to get away with it because of your smaller stature. And that's why I say it's given Letitia Scott. You're creating this environment that Letitia Scott created from season 1, episode 1, where she became off limits. That's it. That's all. I'm not, Muneera, I got my eye on you. I'm going to keep the door open, which I typically don't do. I typically trust my instinct, but I'm going to keep the door open because I go out to eat here in Houston too. But I don't like the way you gaslight and manipulate. And I think you are a master at it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. I think you are a master manipulator. And I think you've been able to do it for quite some time. I don't like how you're handling your friend. I don't like how you made it about you. You just completely handed Alaina's to her. She's in a fragile state. And then when y'all had that sidebar conversation, you say, I don't like the fact that you telling me you love me. And at this, I see you, Muneera. You're really not that nice. You look nice, but you're not that nice. That's all I got. That's all I got. You look nice, but you're not that nice. I think you're a snob. And I said what I said. And I think it comes out in your presentation when you deal with other women. Other than that, you don't really hear her say too much. I think she's the wild card in the group. And I think if she had different people to pick, she would have picked different people to film with. I think Muneera thinks she's above this crowd. No, you can keep rooting for her, Miss Sparkles. Don't let me change your mind. It's just my recap, my review. Don't you back up off your square. I think Muneera's a mean girl. I really do. She kicked that lady while she was down. Ain't nothing worse than somebody thinking they know you telling them secrets. And girl, you finna air me out like this? I can't even fight with you right now because then you're going to say I'm being defensive. I'm a dark cloud. You just laid it at you are, listen, she called her a dark cloud, defensive, you this, you that. You ain't the only one in a friendship. It works both ways. I'm having you. I ain't want to hear. Then you should have said it months ago. You knew. You warmed up to this confrontation. You knew what you was thinking coming into this. And I want to know who brought who on the show now. Because you see, with Love and Marriage Huntsville, we found that out later. Who brought who? We found out who really was making money and who wasn't. So I guess we got to wait. She a little bully. Thank you, LB. I did not like her on this episode. You said a little bully. And can't nobody really do nothing back to her because it's going to look like you picking on her. I want to know who brought who on. I guess producers, we're on to something. This was the season finale. Let it play out. But I know they do get along because you see them in real time on social media. That's the good part I do like about the show, that they're able to let bygones be bygones and, work it out. Keep rooting for her, Sparkle. I'm serious. Why you say, but Alaina ain't telling nobody's business. Alaina keeps it in the moment. A rule that we talk about on YouTube. She keeps it on the panel. She goes off what's happening in real time. When Muneera say, I know I look like a little girl, but you don't. I know I look like I'm young, but you don't. You know my heart, but I don't. That's it. She keeps it focused on the content. When has she been mean? Muneera laying out that girl's whole life without her permission. Laying out her whole life. You called me, you did this and this. Oh, you really finna do this? Okay, on the season finale? Bitch. You finna tell me? Oh, you got me. I'm coming back next season harder. I got you. I see you, twin. Okay, thank you, Roche. She says they got chosen from 100 women. 100 women in Houston? Wow. She thinks she's better than the other. I think so too. I think so too. And she gets to do it. She gets to get away with it. Because money comes to me.
Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
All right. Thank you. Let's get to these super chats. We got Kia M coming through. Listen. With a 10-piece and a pepper, Kia says, yes, I am watching Muneera. It did not sit well with me when she dragged that issue with Latoya. And now this. I am like, now, hold on. Wait a minute. Me too. She's activating. And I like her activations, but not at the expense of friendship, Letitia Scott. Which y'all call her little bully? She's financially stable right now. Oh, y'all must be. Okay. Alaina was able to go over to Muneera's house. Yes. Hold on. She is on Latoya. Yeah, that was easy. That was easy. That was very easy for her to pick on Latoya. Because Latoya, listen, I'll be watching. I don't have a dog in this fight. It's a new show. That girl was not talking to you to hurt your feelings. I don't know why they mad at her. I don't want to make it into they, because they seemed very supportive when she said that she wasn't in love with him. I think they wanted more information, Queen Liz, than she was willing to give from jump. And I think she didn't know. When you have a husband that's deceitful, that cheats and steals hundreds and thousands of dollars, it ain't really nothing for me to tell y'all today, because tomorrow I may find out something else. And I think Alaina was just trying to, I don't know, I believe Alaina was probably trying to figure out what is he up to. What are y'all's thoughts? That's it. That's all. That's all I got. You liked, who did you like on this episode? Muneera? And that's why Muneera made the middle of my thumbnail, because that's who I was going to be focused on primarily today. Muneera, I think you came across a bit harsh, not as friendly. And listen, it's good for TV, but that's why Muneera is in the front. Okay? Chloe, I think you need to date multiple people. I don't like that young boy. Not because of his age. I don't like his attitude. I don't like his attitude towards your son. I think he's going to create discord and confusion in your household. I think what you have with your children is good. I think it's worked up until this point, and it sounds like your husband was a great partner from the perspective of family. You can't let a young nigga with leather Converse come in and rip it up. You just can't. Thank you, Queen Liz. She says, I haven't watched, but who makes a friend feel guilty for needing them and not? Thank you. That's all I'm saying. With who, Alf? Let me drop the link. Sometimes I be trying to, with Muneera or who, like, right now, that's my take. Right now. Now, she may shift, because you got to remember, they're all new to reality television. They're all new to reality television. That's fair. She said, I want to give it a little bit more time to see who these ladies are first. Well, you got to go in real time, right? The way good content creation works is you got to go with what's happening right now. And then as they grow, you shift. That's how I do it. I go in real time. I can't, like, because I'm reporting in real time. So I got to talk about what's happening now, seeing what I'm perceiving on the screen now. If we get a season 2, then we'll switch it up. But until then, this is what we get right now. Go ahead. Welcome, Queen Liz.
Hey, yes. So I've been watching this because I do love your take on stuff and I do want to be interested in the show, and now I am. But I was kind of agreeing, and I think Alpha MC was asking, but it seems like the two ladies are almost mad, like she's, I guess, maybe even separating or really taking this, move in her marriage or whatever. Kind of like, oh, you're really doing all that, but is it that bad? It just gives that kind of sometimes like you'll have a
Your audio went out. Let's wait. Are you there? Queen Liz, I think she got a call. So what happens is when you come up sometimes, if you're talking on a live, maybe somebody may call you. It'll kick your audio out for a little bit. We just got to give her like 90 seconds to come back. Queen Liz, if you can hear me when you come back, just pick up where you left off. Cynthia says, okay, Queen, I get the gist of what was happening in that conversation between Alaina and Muneera. I think Muneera went from me. What gave me a ick moment is when she went off script and started to talk about that girl's personal life. Leave it to your comment. Your comment that she had a dark cloud and she was a dark energy for everybody else. Stick to that. Don't talk about what she's talking about with you off screen, off the show, her problems in her marriage. None of that. You went low. What do y'all call it? Y'all say when people are it starts with a D. Y'all are saying you're deflecting. It's a good show. I'm loving it. Okay, Liz, you back?
Oh, see, I'm sorry. I accidentally hit my button. No,
Okay,
I was
start all over.
Okay, yeah, I was just kind of saying it seems like you'll have a good friend and you vent to each other about your relationships. And then at some point, the friend gets the attitude like, if I had her man or her life, I wouldn't feel this. And it's a resentment. Maybe the friend is comparing your life and their life and different things. I just feel like it's that toxic friend energy. Because I mean, it's totally right to be like, hey, I've got a lot going on. Can we talk in a little bit? I'm not trying to put you off, but that person has to say that. But it's like, are they mad at her for
whatever you did? You flipped yourself off. I don't think Muneera okay, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I kind of said what I was saying, but
I don't think Muneera wants her life at all. Because Muneera is successful in and so they both, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
They're both breadwinners. They're both in similar situations. Muneera carries it
so
better.
she feels like she shouldn't disrupt. Like, girl, it's okay. You're the breadwinner. I feel like she
I don't think
minimizes
so.
her. Okay.
Okay, let me think out loud, and then you just and then I want you to push back or whatever. I don't think Muneera wants Elena's life. That's not what I'm picking up. I'm just thinking out loud, y'all. This is how I brainstorm. If you really look at it, they're both in similar situations. Muneera's is just a little bit more polished because I do believe her husband does work. Sometimes when people are in similar situations and they have a small advantage or a slight gain, they may look down at you. I think Muneera is just being snobbish. I think she was being nosy. I think they started filming together. It formulated into a friendship outside the show. I think Alaina thought, like Allstate, she was in good hands, only to come to find out she wasn't. This girl's been judging me the entire time. I'm not talking about the rest of them. I'm talking about Muneera. What are your thoughts?
I totally agree with that. But yeah, it's something where, yeah, she just wants her to like look bad. Or I'm not sure. I just get the toxic friend vibes from Muneera and the other lady that was like coming at her. So, but I'm involved. I'm gonna watch the show.
Okay, what state you there? Look, Texas girls can be real snooty than a mother. You hear me?
Probably more than Georgia.
Yeah, way more. And like very, and I think Muneera's snooty. I think she's very snooty. I think and that's not a dig to Muneera. It's just the life she's created for herself. And you
Yeah.
heard her say, I suppress and I live with suppression. It could be there's my grandma, well, wise woman used to say, sometimes when people are around you, you remind them, or there's something about you that reminds them of themselves, and either they admire it and or resent it.
Mm-hmm.
Elena's self-expression may trigger something in Muneera that's similar to resentment. Because
There.
Muneera does not express the same as Alaina. You get what
Boom. Mm-hmm. I agree with that completely. But yeah. Well, thank you. I just wanted to come up and like tell you whatever the comments.
Okay,
But
thank you.
I'm gonna catch up on the show for sure. All right, bye.
All right. What y'all think? Y'all are saying, so, okay, that's what I think. Like Muneera is that type of friend who does not really sugarcoat. No, she suppresses. It ain't even about sugarcoating. You don't really know what she's feeling. And that's dangerous. Because you walking around in this cute, feminine package where people are expecting friendship, and you come out as a fucking silent assassin. And the whole time I figured out I've been dancing with the enemy, on the phone with the enemy. You don't even like me. And that's dangerous. And she can get away with it and has gotten away with it probably for a number of years. Coffee says, so can Colorado girls. Up here, you have to put those type of women in their place. Yeah, I think Muneera's, to her, she's a cut above. Ooh, I thought you was this. And that's why you got to be careful telling people your business. Because Muneera probably became good friends with Alaina because she looked at Alaina from a snooty level. A view from the top. Wow, this successful celebrity makeup artist who I know is successful on the outside looking in, right? We both wear it well. Nobody really knows what lies beneath. And then I get to know you. Bet you struggling. Your husband's stealing. He cheated on. Oh. Okay. Be careful. The old folks say check under the hood and kick the tires. And Alaina probably felt safe. But Alaina, you probably should have been talking to a therapist as opposed to a new friend. Because on Mad Day, she spilled all your fucking tea in that kitchen. What was supposed to be a good girls' weekend for you, and told all your damn business. She accelerated your pace on reality television in real time. And now we talking about you and Josh. They do say that. Check under the hood and kick the tires. She has her own issues, but she cleans it up well too. And her husband, her and her mama done yanked that man's voice and his balls. Okay, let me drop the link. Y'all not finna play with me. Muneera, listen. If them Houston girls are listening, Lord have mercy, y'all take it easy on me if y'all see me out. But we give real ass reviews. Muneera and her mama has, both of them took a ball. And I said what I said. Becca, did I lie? She got a ball and her mama took one. They run that house. Listen. Y'all, look, I didn't even think I was going to cut up like this on Sunday. Muneera, you brought it out of me because you over here pretending to be a good friend. Thank you for being a friend. They gone. Gen X, gone. You see he did that date. You see he did that date. Hold on, Toot. Come help me, Toot. I may have overstepped my boundaries, Toot, when I said that. And I look, they done rendered that man speechless. Norm know not to talk without permission. Chef, so you get a ball, you get a ball, you get a ball. Hell, everybody gets a ball. Muneera out here snatching balls. Little bully. let me lighten up off Muneera. We having a good time. Oh, it's acting up. You thought so? The reality grizzly said the last episode felt more like a finale. I thought it was they came back. It was I like, but see, that's a good producer because he didn't leave us hanging. The reality grizzly, he came back and tied it off. He came back. So you told the truth. And Muneera is carrying on. It's almost like she has a chip on her shoulder. You think so, Patricia? I don't know if she sounds male identified because she would have been given over to her husband, instead of I don't know. I think she packs more of a punch than we think she does. That's it. She ain't no weakling like she's trying to pass herself off to be. She's definitely not that. She with the shits. Chip on the shoulder. Yeah, she with the shits. And you should not have forced your husband to go on a date with your mom. You need to let him get there with his heart. Let him do that. That's not her husband. That's your husband. Don't you ever do that, ladies. You can do a family dinner, but don't you ever say, and I want you to take my mom out. Don't do that. A man's only going to allow you to push him around for so long. Now, most men won't be like, I ain't going to do it. And you're going to think they're being mean. It's not that he don't want to do it. He's going to do it on his time. That's going to be his idea. You're not going to push him at a table in front of your mama. But don't ever do that again. And not because your mom doesn't deserve it. That is not her husband. That is not the energy he needs to give her. Period. That is manipulation. Period. Point blank. That is emotional rape. That's emotional rape. I know you love me. I know you care for me. I'm the mother of your children. I'm your wife. My mom is here helping us take her out on a date. Most people say, that's so sweet. No, it's not sweet. It's mean. Let him come to that. But in the meantime, or let your mom take him out on a date, on a coffee date. You don't make anybody do anything that's not a matter of the heart or God did not put on their heart. You can drop it and say, I sure would like to see y'all go on a date. Man, that would be nice. And if y'all want to, I got y'all. I'll pay for it. Don't ever force somebody to show matters of the heart where it's not there yet. They will resent you, even if it's your own spouse. And that's when I knew she was with the shits. So you don't really understand the heart of a man, do you? You making him emotionally responsible for you, your mama, and the kids. That's a lot for one person. Don't do that. Help him get there. But not like that. That's it. I ain't got no more for y'all now. I can't make up nothing else. I'm done with my review. That's all I got today, y'all. Thank you, everybody. Any final thoughts? Any further questions? She's more powerful than she lets on to be. And she's playing this, oh, people disrespect me. Nah. You pack a big punch. Thank you, Somali. We had a time today, didn't we? I think season 2 gonna be lit. Muneera, please don't hold this against me because I know y'all be in the chat. I gotta give my honest review. I do. But listen, if you come real here, next season I might be 10 toes down for Muneera, but you're gonna have to keep it real because we can see through all of that, aka. Oh, and I'm a Delta girl. You already know what time it is. All right. That's it, everybody. Thank you, Frankie Gillums. Frankie says, excellent review. We thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you. One Way 4275 says, I love your reviews. Ro, I want to talk about Ro real quick. I almost forgot about Ro. Ro, a real one. Ro, thank you for getting in there on the behalf of Latoya. Latoya, why you jump out and leave with Shaniqua? I think you overplayed your part in that moment. And I get the whole point of being a church girl and a cut above, but it wasn't that bad. They worked it out. It wasn't that bad for you to leave and exit stage left. Chloe, what's the point of you bringing in Shaniqua to confront Latoya? That part is still a big question mark. Shaniqua, I don't want to. Okay, let me say to the producers. What's the name of the producer? His first name. I don't want to see Shaniqua on the show. I don't. Put her back on the shelf. They don't need Shaniqua. It's not a good addition. Shaniqua is toxic. Shaniqua is an angry person. I don't like it. She doesn't bring good vibes to the group. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Shaniqua, not because I know you just not a good fit for the group. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. I don't like how you was doubling down on some childish stuff about Latoya knowing you. Who cares? As a woman, I wouldn't care. Okay, you don't know me, then we don't know each other. Fine, let's act like it. Who cares? This is about excellence. All of these women can carry their own weight financially. I'm not sure if Shaniqua can do that. I am not easily impressed with a pair of Fendi shoes and a bad attitude. That's all I'm saying. Leave Shaniqua out the fold. Leave Shaniqua out the fold. You can go find somebody else in Houston. Hold on, y'all. Let me let my dog out. Hold on. All right, thank you. Listen, y'all, my dog passed gas so bad. I thought he pooed in his house. But I don't think Shaniqua's a good fit for the show. I mean, it's really absolutely no reason for her to be there. I think she got a lot stirred up, and Ro jumped in and took up for Latoya. Latoya, sit your ass down. You should have sat there like the church lady that you are. Shaniqua, you let her run you off from your own friendship group. And I'm trying to figure out where they're trying to go with Shaniqua being there. But I do have a question, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I need to know. I'm a viewer. I want to know. I don't know the difference. Is Shaniqua, thank you to Jesse, leave Shaniqua out. Okay, now I want to know, is Shaniqua, let me see if I can get to it before I have to. Let me see. Thank you, Danny. It was pointless, childish. Let me see. I'm looking. Okay, is that what's okay? Okay, so Shaniqua is trans. Okay, I felt like Shaniqua, if her and Ro would have got into it, Shaniqua would have hit Ro, and I don't like that. But I do appreciate Shaniqua apologizing, but I don't like that energy towards them women. I didn't like that energy, and I didn't know if Shaniqua was trans or not. I don't like that aggressive ass energy. And you've been aggressive like every time you've come. So no, that's a conflict of interest. No, I don't like it. It's debilitating. And yes, you apologize, but I feel like it was a political apology to get on the show. And I understand, Jesse, you trying to be diverse. Not yet. Not yet. She too aggressive. She way too fucking aggressive. I don't like it. I don't like when people come in like that. Trans, man, or a woman. I don't care. It's too aggressive. It was no need for that. Bitch and all of this. No. Let us get through season 1, Jesse. Because it's going to take it somewhere and you going to take us too fast. That's all I'm saying. I didn't like Shaniqua. I was like, ooh. That's it. That's all. I wanted to, oh, yeah. So Ro, I think there's a lot to Ro. I think Ro is a slow burn, but Ro, come on out. In the words of Bob Barker, come on down. We want to see you. We want to know more about you. We can kiss on the first date. We want to know you. Okay. That's it. I don't know if Ro could have taken her. I mean, it ain't even about, it's about, we don't even want to see that energy yet. On the season 1, we still learning about the girls. You don't even have to introduce friends of the show. So Jesse, don't get ahead of yourself. The pace and the cadence that you've established is good enough. Don't let nobody get in your ear. We're good with what you have. Period. We're good with what you have. Yeah, but that's a different kind of stir of the pot. Because Muneera can stir the pot and it's still not. It doesn't feel threatening. It's not the fact that Shanique was a trans, because I didn't know she was a trans. I didn't know, right? I didn't like the aggressive energy off the bat that seemed at one moment it can go real left, real quick, real fast. Nah, let's not make it a love and hip hop. Calling that girl a bitch for no reason just to express a point. No, I need somebody that can carry themselves well, at least for the first 2 seasons of the show. And then if you want to reintroduce it, maybe. Other than that, I think they've gotten off to a fantastic start. And I look forward to season 2. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Really? Rain? You said all of us industry girls look up to Ro? Tell me, industry girls, like what industry? What industry? Let me see. Well, that's the thing. I don't want to see any of them. Aquarius 1982 throwing blows. And the reason why I say I didn't like Shaniqua, because Shaniqua introduced an element in the group that the group hasn't explored. None of them have called each other bitches yet. None of them have gone there. So I don't want this like sideline person coming in and introducing a different element that none of them have taken on. I think the cast decides the direction and the flow and the tempo of the friendships, okay? Yeah, it was just a little too, I'm like, no, not yet. Damn. We've been begging for Black excellence and we like what we have. This is enough for us, for our palate. That's it. Chloe can stir the pot. All of them can stir the pot. Alaina has stirred the pot. Latoya, the only one that has not stirred the pot to me, there's 2. Ro has not stirred the pot, and neither has Labrina. Labrina can bring out truth. Period. Ro is real good about eliminating the BS, but Alaina, Chloe, Latoya, and Muneera, you can use to stir the pot. And right when it seems like it's going to be too much, you can pass the baton to a different cast member where all of them kind of keep their hands clean. If we're thinking about how to go with production, right? It's like it's enough of them. Okay, well then let me ask her this question to get some of the heat off of this one. If the audience starts to not like the tone or how we're editing Muneera, let's throw in Latoya. That's all I'm saying. So we have enough women that can stir the pot. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good Sunday. This is for real, for real. This time I'm gone. They say, Jesse, they talking to you, Jesse. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good Sunday.